here last year. Right, hello. Got to give you something different this year. So I always talk about how luck is something you can hack, and I'm going to touch on that a little bit. But for those that have heard it a million times before, sorry, luck is hackable. It's not something that just happens to you. You make luck happen. And the biggest lie we're told is the harder we work, the luckier we get. That is not true. The honest truth, the simple truth is the more risk you take, the luckier you get. I got more lucky when I worked less hard. If it was true, the harder you work, the luckier you get, every nurse in this country would be paid £1 million a month. It's a lie. Don't believe it. Learn to take risk. We're going to talk about committing, community and change. Who here is a parent? I never understood the concept of unconditional love until I had a kid. So my son's name is Aidan. Some of you may have seen him on my lives. He's an incredible human, kind, caring, and I can never explain, if you're not a parent, what it's like to have a kid. Like, I thought I loved my friends and parents unconditionally, but that's not true. I have conditions. But with my son, it wouldn't matter what he did, I'd be there for him. And I was contemplating telling you something personal that's happening to me right now. I don't want to be here today. I want to be with him. He's right now in the Great Ormond Street Hospital getting treatment for allergy issues. He has a very bad allergy problem and he's having a test today. He needs me there. Now, Great Ormond Street Hospital, shout out to them, they're an incredible hospital and they're looking after him right now. But I am his father and I should be there for him. He's my priority. If he's listening, he's my priority. He has to be. I brought him into this world. That was my commitment. But I can't be there with him right now, holding his hand as he deals with pain, because I committed to come here today and talk at this event. I committed at 1 o'clock today to be a judge to help people's dreams take off. So I had to make a choice. Be there for my son, who I committed to, or be here for the organisers of this event and for you. I chose you. I didn't choose you because I love you more, because I can't love my son more. And some people listening, you might think right now I'm a bad parent, that I'm here and not there. But I've looked back at my life and realised, why have I been successful? Why do I have a personal brand I'm proud of? It's because I've learned this one truth. If you commit to doing something, you've got to fucking do it. If I pulled out of this event, the organisers would find someone better, no doubt. But I promised to be here. They put me on the brochure. You guys, some of you, not all of you I'm sure, are here to say hello. I made a commitment. And the number one thing I can teach you, looking back at my career, I went from homeless to successful because I always did what I said I was going to do. I didn't have contracts. When I started my gardening company at 15 years old, I shook someone's hand. And then I did what I said I was going to do, and they did what they said they were going to do. This has got lost. With lawyers and legal contracts, we've forgotten what we say we're going to do. If you want to be successful, do it. And if you do, you'll be in the top 1%. Because I can't fucking tell you how many people have promised to do something and not done it. Instantly you'll be in the top 1%. If you just do what you promised you'd do. Verbally, in email, it doesn't matter. If you promise to do it, do it. And I told my son this as I left him this morning. He has 5 sayings that I say all the time, and he repeats them because he hears me say them all the time, right? Because kids don't do what you say. Anyone who's a parent will know that's true. Kids don't do what you say. They do what you do. And I told him, I'd made a promise to be here. And he understood. I promised to bribe him with something. I'm taking Lego back. That's a whole separate issue. Bad parenting, don't bribe. Anyway, point I'm making is, commit. If you commit, you'll instantly be in the top 1%. If you say you're going to do something, if you promise to help someone, if you promise to do something, do it. The second thing I'm going to ask for help. The hardest thing to do, in fact, is not give help, but ask for help. I launched a platform called helpbank.com. Out of interest, who's used helpbank.com? Okay, please, well, Jess, you have to use it, you work there. You put your hand up. We launched a platform, and the idea was simple. LinkedIn, but we help each other. Right, where you go on there with one sole purpose. You can flex if you want. You can flex on the platform how brilliant you are, that's okay. But the most important thing is you're there to help each other. We have 190,000 people on that platform, just there to help each other. When we launched it, we thought the big problem, when we launched it a year ago, was going to get people who would actually go and help. But how can we incentivize people to go and help? You know what happened when we launched? 3 times more people wanted to help than were asking for help. And I learned something that I knew in my subconscious, but I realize through data now, humans are fucking awesome. We are. Despite what the media have told us, what we have even come to believe ourselves, we are not selfish. We're tribal. We want to help each other, naturally. You just need to make helping each other easy. You need to make it convenient, especially for those that can help you in a big way. You need to make it convenient for the person helping to help, and then there's millions of people here. I'm 100% sure in this audience that nearly all of you are willing to help one person right now if you can. If it takes 4 minutes, and I call this take 4, to help someone, every single one of you, even the bad, naughty people, would help someone for 4 minutes. So the big problem we have is asking for help. I believe with all my heart that the strongest people ask for help. It is so hard to ask for help. But if you don't ask, you don't get, it's true. And if you don't learn to ask, you won't be successful. Nobody is self-made. Nobody. Anyone that calls themselves a self-made billionaire or a self-made billionaire, they got help. I promise you. I'm only successful today because I got help and I was lucky. So you have to learn to ask for help. So I'm going to ask a favour of you all now. I'm going to leave exactly at 11:30 and go ring my son. And then I'm back at 1 o'clock for the judging event. Okay? So I can't help you individually today. Last year we had a 3-hour queue. I loved meeting every single one of you and hearing your dreams and trying to help you. I don't have time to do that today. So I want this community here to help each other. But you need to have the guts to ask for help, and I know it's hard. Okay? I know it's hard. So I'm going to go first, and then I've got an idea for us all help each other, okay? I'm going to go first. I've got a book coming out called What's Your Dream? It's the first book I've ever published. My publisher is Penguin, and if I don't sell a lot of books, they won't let me do a second book. Plus, if this gets on the Times bestseller, apparently I could get interviewed by Oprah. And who doesn't want that, right? But more importantly, all the proceeds from this book I'm giving away to fund people's dreams, and I'm using it to build platforms like helpbank.com that allow people to help people. So if you want to pre-order it and help me, that will make a huge difference to my life and the mission I'm on to help people, okay? The other thing is, yesterday, TikTok put me up for TikTok Creator of the Year. I'm the first entrepreneur to be nominated who can't dance. So, thank you very much. Round of applause if you want. TikTok Creator of the Year is pretty crazy for a 50-year-old. Anyway, point is, I'm one of 6. All 6 creators on there bring a lot of joy to people every single day. Don't judge influencers. They do a lot of good in the world. They need to be rebranded a bit, right? The 6 other people that have been, the other 5 people that have been nominated with me are awesome human beings that will make you smile in their own creative way. Go on TikTok and vote for one of us, right? Just go on TikTok without judgment. Don't scroll, you'll get stuck there. Just go on the search bar. TikTok's here. Do scroll. Hopefully TikTok's not listening. Anyway, oh, they are listening, they're live. Anyway, point is, go on there, search TikTok Awards, and then you'll see Creator of the Year, and vote for one of those amazing people, and me if you want, all right? But as a community, I want you to ask for help. So this is what we're gonna try and do. I'm not gonna force you to go on Help Bank, because that will take you 2 minutes to log in, that's a pain. So, I want you guys to all now take a picture, or take a picture of everyone here. Everyone stand up. I know I have to try and engage now, because some people are falling asleep because I'm boring them. Okay, take a picture of the person next to you. If they don't mind, maybe you need to ask them permission. I'm not sure.
Can I take a picture of you?
Or a picture of yourself, if they mind, take a picture of yourself.
Hi, can I take a picture of you?
Take a picture. Right?
Take a picture of you. Okay.
Go to Instagram stories and put up your picture.
I'll take a photograph of you.
Yeah, okay.
If you need help, say something that you need. Be selfish for just 1 minute. Be selfish for just 1 minute. Write what you need. And then tag at Simon Squibb and at Helpbank. And I will share every single one of your requests. And I will personally read every single one of them later, because I can't stay to hear your dreams, to hear your issues, hear what you need. And I will share it with the world, and maybe you guys can all help each other by reading those story posts. Okay, I post on every single one. Instagram will probably block me, I don't know. But normally my stories get 150. Help each other enough. It's that simple. Help each other. And you don't have to have money to help someone. Sometimes just listening to their problem and helping is helping them. Sometimes just liking their small business, sharing it on your story, doing whatever you can to help someone will change someone's life. You know, we've all heard of trolls, right? What about positive trolls? We should start a whole movement, positive trolls. Help people. It doesn't take long. I ask you to take 4 every day. Take 4 minutes. I tried to do take 5 and trademark it, but someone already had it. So I had to do take 4. Take 4 minutes each day and just help someone. And here's the crazy thing. It's a natural happiness high. It's a natural happiness high. You help someone, you feel like how you're meant to feel like. Because this takes me on to the 3rd point. Change. We've been changed. We have literally been reprogrammed. Hands up if you've heard the saying, give and take. It's become part of norm. It almost is sold to us as a positive. Give and take. I'll help you if you help me. It's not funny. It's not meant to be. It is, I know, I'm joking. I know you guys are talking about something completely different and not listening to me. I know that. But the whole point is, we need to change back to how we naturally are. We used to live in tribes of 5,000 people. And what used to happen is, someone in that tribe would have a problem. Their tent fell down and they need somewhere to stay. Or they're struggling with something personally. And there's someone in that tribe who has the ability to help them. And they would. Now that person that they help wasn't necessarily the person who would then help them. It might not be the right skill set or they might not need help in that particular moment. But we need to change back, away from give and take, to give without take. To give without any expectation of anything in return. I've been doing this for the last 5 years. People have offered to pay me to help them. I've said, no, I'm going to do it for free. Now I can afford to do that. But I've run one of the largest human experiments, I think maybe in history. I'm starting to sound like Donald Trump now, maybe perhaps. Some people have told me, vote for me, TikTok creator of the year.
I would totally
I
vote for
can't
Simon
press
Squibb.
any nuclear buttons. Anyway, the point I'm making is, get back to give without take. Help someone, even if it's for 4 minutes, as I said before, without anything back. You watch what happens. You will sleep better at night. You will feel good. Because we've been sold a transactional world where everything is about what you get back if you do something. And here's the crazy thing. I actually have a theory that was invented by the taxman 100 years ago. The taxman said, how can we trace everything that happens between two humans? If we make everything a transaction, the only one that wins is the taxman. If you help someone today, you're basically saving 40% tax if you help them for free. And here's the crazy thing. If you help someone for free today, then just maybe when you need help, there'll be someone there for you. Maybe someone you can't afford right now. But suddenly, everyone will be able to afford to help everybody. Because it's not always about money. Despite what the system has told you and wants you to buy a washing machine and buy a car and buy a house you don't fucking need, start thinking about what you actually need, which is community. To commit to something with purpose, because the purpose of life is a life with purpose. And to change back to our natural state of helping each other in every way we can. In any way we can. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll take a few questions perhaps. Anyone want to ask some questions? That's Mike, by the way, he's got the mic. So just make his name so useful and easy. Thanks, Mike. I don't really remember names, it's like...
Does that work?
Yes, what's your name?
My name's Anna, hello, nice to meet you. If I had 10 dreams, community-based, and wanted to do them all I think multi-million-pound ideas, where would I start? How would I go about deciding which one to go with first?
Okay, so it's a very good question. I have a very long answer, which I don't have time for today, so you have to buy my book. There we go. No! But, to prove I know what I'm talking about and the book's worth it, let me give you a quick point, right? So I've done this mistake. I've started loads of businesses. I've started 19 companies in total, right? And in the early days, I started businesses that didn't have the same purpose. And I would have one company that was a magazine business, another was a cafe business, another was an agency, and they were all wonderful businesses, but they didn't have the same purpose. So I had to sell one, I got someone else to run another, and I survived the experience of doing many things at once. But I personally, and I'm quite experienced in business, I'm incapable of making a business work unless I focus on one thing at a time. Now you can look at those 10 things if they all have the same purpose, and say which one first. And so for me, 5 years ago, I said which one first? Well, I'll do social media first. And then I'll buy a staircase in Twickenham and put a doorbell on the bottom of it. And then I'll start a website that competes with LinkedIn to help people. Right? Step by step. Okay? So maybe think about it in that context. If it's the same purpose, then you can start one first, make it make money. For businesses that do good and are for profit are the future. Charity business models, I give money to charity, but honestly they're flawed many times because you can't pay people really well. Like Google paid one engineer last year $14 million. If that's a charity, they're getting into trouble. Right? So they're not allowed to do it. So I want to build businesses that are for profit, that do good with the profit. Right? That's the future of business. So again, if your business all have the same purpose, you can do them all one first. And ideally, the first one you do, make lots of money. And the other things that you want to do.
So is it do the one that takes the least time and gets the best RSP?
I think that's one equation. Another equation is to think about it like, what do you want to do first? Like, what has to happen? Right? I don't know your financial situation, but if you can afford to do one and build it up, then do it. But if your financial situation is, you need to get rid of that shit job, build a business that's going to make money first. I don't care if it's cleaning cars, car washing business, you know, it doesn't matter what it is.
I used to have a company called Hot Wax, actually.
There you go, I'm awesome. Okay. I'm definitely not visiting that website, I believe you.
It was a car washing
Oh, of
company.
course it was. Of course it was. Point I'm making is pick something you're passionate about. A lot of people don't agree with me on this. Okay, a lot of very successful people don't agree with me on this either. Right? I think purpose is the key to it all, and there's so many people saying no, fill a market gap. But my experience, if you just fill a market gap, is you run out of steam. Whereas if you're solving a problem, see at school they ask you the wrong question, right? They ask, what do you want to do when you grow up? Because that pigeonholes you into a job. I'm going to be an accountant, I'm going to be a lawyer, What should be asked in school, if I get my way, it'll be what problem do you want to solve in the world? Right? So if you're solving a problem, there's no way you're not going to get up and do it every day. Right? And the only way you can stop is if you either do it or someone else beats you to it.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. Thanks for being
There's
here
more in the book.
today.
There's more in the book.
I'll be buying it today.
All right, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Oh, by the way, I do actually genuinely want the book to get in the hands of kids before they go to university. Because university feels like the only route for young people now, and they're a bit stuck thinking they get trapped in a system that involves debt and then having to get a job at the end of that university cycle. I want kids to read this book to know there's other options. There's other options, which include starting your own business or working for someone that's starting a business and getting equity in it. Right? There's other options. For young people in particular, that's when they can afford to take risk. And university's got a grip on our young people, and it needs to be broken. They're a massive business that will probably take me out, and if they do, it's all their fault. All right, just so you know, you're supposed to laugh at that. They're not going to take me out, probably. But I want kids to read my book before they go to university, before they make that life-changing decision to get into debt, and have their first experience of money being debt. One of my friends, when I was 4 years old, we went to school together at the back there, Zoe.
Yeah.
Zoe, I think you've got a question with your hands up. I've got to ask you.
Thank
Zoe and I literally were used to
Thank
eat
you.
snacks together when we were
Simon and I have known each other since we were 5 years old.
4 or 5, I forget.
5 years old, okay, you got to say. I have watched you, I have seen you, and I support you unconditionally, my friend, all the time, every single step of the way. So I have something that I want to share with you, and I think it's relative to everybody. On your seat, so Simon has a question. He goes around the world and he asks people, what's your dream? So my question is, how do you want to be remembered? So I put something on your seat because I want to help you all. There is no strings attached to this, and I want to show commitment to my friend, who I support his business. I will gladly, I'm a psychologist and a coach. You know what you want to do, I know how to do it. So I help people make your blocks go out of the way, change your mindset, take risk, so that you can be change makers. That's my commitment to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Zoe. Thank you for helping people. Amazing. You coming for a hug now? What's happening?
Amazing.
What's happening?
I'm coming up for a hug.
Oh,
Can
yeah,
I do
all right.
that?
Get rid of my teeth.
I think this is what she's talking about.
Isn't this
They were on the
amazing? Can you all give a hand for Simon Squibb?
Okay, so I actually don't know what the time is. Oh, we got 4 minutes. Okay, who else has got a question? I don't know. I'm going to pick. Who's going to pick? I feel bad then. I'll be like the bad guy. Oh, there you go. I did that psychologically though. Did you see that? I was like, I don't want to pick.
Hello again, Simon.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm with ExCel.
Good.
I've asked this before because we've met a couple of times before. Obviously, starting a company, this is for most people, is lonely, it can be hard work, you can have those mental blocks. What would be your tips for dealing with that kind of negative side, which affects a lot of people, which I think obviously is an important question to ask.
You asked me this before. What did I say last time? That's a worry, isn't it? Didn't stick with you. Alright, someone else has to ask a question, but I'll quickly answer it again. You have to remember this time.
Oh, yeah.
So it might have gone, but that's what's your dream. I'll help you make it true. That's what I do.
Awesome, thank you. I did not see that one, so yeah.
Somebody might have taken it off.
Yeah.
Do you want to see?
It's not the thing I thought it
You fill
was.
it out. I promise to help you.
And it can then be a wider
That's my
community.
job.
So, for example, I always hire someone. Any business I start,
Thank you. I
when I was
appreciate that.
in the early days of the businesses, I was scared to hire people, but I hired someone because that's also commitment. So they then Monday morning, what am I doing this week, Simon? So I'm kind of like, it's not just about me. You see, that's one of the problems we've all got a little bit caught up in It's about me, my house, my car, my holiday, what I've got, right? And it's not about that. It's about what we can do together. How 1 + 1 = 11. You need to get a support network around you. And you need customers to say, where's my product? You have to say, customers saying, your product isn't good enough yet, I want it better. You need to help someone. One framework I have, that's going to sound extreme, again, this is in the book, so you're getting this for free, is you've got to act like, if you don't go do the thing you're saying you're going to do, someone's going to die. See, nurses go to work every day, and they're badly paid. They're looking after my son right now, even at Great Ormond Street Hospital, which is an incredible hospital. They're badly paid, and it's wrong. That's another subject for another time. But I'm saying that they go, because literally, if they don't go, my son's in pain today. If they don't go. So that's why they go. Despite being long hours and treated badly and badly paid and people buying property and renting it out to them for more than they can afford, they still go and commit themselves to helping other people. And I think that's important. That's in us naturally. We can't just get up every day for money. It's not real, money is fake. What's real is helping someone in your own way, in whatever way. It doesn't have to be a lofty thing. It can be something that's personal to you. You know, like I interviewed a lollipop lady the other day. You know, like she loves her job. She makes sure kids are safe. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be purposeful. That's my worry about AI, by the way. We need to get people to feel purpose in their soul, because AI will never take that away from us. Purpose is what's going to power us through the next tech evolution, right? Have purpose. Otherwise it's COVID, folks. Stuck at home when AI does everything for us, right? Have a purpose. You have it, find it, lean into it. If you can't find it, go work with someone that's got it, because it's infectious. You'll see it in their eyes, you'll hear it in their very annoying voice. Don't forget what I said. Next year, don't ask the same question, ask a new one. Alright? Give him a round of applause for saying he's already asked before though. At least you're super honest, which I love. Is that time up? Thank you. Alright, that's it. Time up. Time up. Alright. Okay. I think I've got to go, guys. Okay, like I said, I've got to go. Right. Thank you for having me on stage again this year. I'll try not to let you down again next year if they invite me. So probably not. By the way, Constant Contact are amazing. Thank you so much for sponsoring this. You guys are welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.